her approach is how most people come into a situation of like, hey, this is your kid. I'm not going to overstep my bounds. You tell me what I can do or not do in the situation. And I'm going to rely on you and lean on you to enforce the rules because it is your child. I will set rules that I expect that will be met, but it's your child, so it's your responsibility to
To
do the
enforce.
enforcement. Hello, friends. We're back for Black and Curious. I'm Kandron.
What up? What up? It's Deja. How you doing?
And if you've never been here before, we do a cross section of real life and pop culture commentary. Today, we are going to talk a little bit more about Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you have been watching,
It's a lot going on.
it's been a lot. It's been a lot. We talked a little bit about it in our live brunch, so I'll link that up above so you can go check that out next. But I wanted to have a conversation about Kimmi and Maurice and the step parenting of it all.
He's really infuriating to me, and it almost makes me.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me give a bit of context because I want to give some context because I tweeted about this and I was mad about it. So Kimmi has asked, for those who maybe are behind or not caught up or you don't watch the show, Kimmi is currently undergoing treatment for a very aggressive breast cancer. And so she caught it early, but it's still very aggressive. And so in the meantime, she has asked that Maurice's son, who's now living with them, he does more around the house. And that he is doing his chores. And she has not been necessarily the one to enforce the rules, but is looking to his dad to actually enforce what it is that she is saying. And he seems to have a really big issue with the fact that she is not implementing the punishment. So basically they call Maurice Jr.'s mom, sorry, call the mom on the phone and is like, hey, Kiowa, we just have some thoughts about X, Y, and Z. So Maurice is like, I just feel like Kimmi should treat our son like she treats her son. And Kimmy's like, I don't really agree with that. And Kiowa, who is Maurice Jr.'s mom, is like, I don't either. Like, I kind of want her to kind of live within what it is that we would do. I don't want her necessarily to do what she would do with her son. That's not her child. And then Maurice is like, well, then I'm getting off the phone because I don't agree with y'all ganging up on me and I'm getting off the phone. And it's just like,
no, everybody just don't agree with you.
yeah. And I think her approach is how most people come into a situation of like, hey, this is your kid. I'm not going to overstep my bounds. You tell me what I can do or not do in the situation. And I'm going to rely on you and lean on you to enforce the rules because it is your child. I will set rules that I expect that will be met, but it's your child, so it's your responsibility to do the enforcing. So I'm trying to find what exactly I tweeted because I tweeted it word for word and it pissed me off. Dang it, where is it? Anyway, crap. Basically, Kimmi was like, "Hey, I need him to do the thing. I need him to listen more." I think is what she said, and he was like, that's not really his strong suit."
Yeah, but you're not helping the problem. You're enforcing him not listening, which is the piece that's missing.
And it's like, your wife has cancer. She does not have energy to be running around cleaning up behind an able-bodied child. He's a teenager. He's able-bodied. He needs to contribute. And basically they had made a list. He and Maurice Jr., because I don't like the nickname they gave him. Maurice and Maurice Jr. have come up with a list of 20 items. 20 items of what his goals and his plans and all the things that he ought to accomplish should be. And him doing his chores and helping around the house is not in any of those 20.
Which is crazy to me.
Should have been top 5.
Hello? Cleaning your room, washing your clothes. Stop licking me. Get out of my shirt. But like, like the basics. This dog, he stuck his nose in my armpit. Can you just lay here,
Clearly not.
please?
Not happening.
Like normally he just lays down. I'm like, why are you being so weird? Now you want to lay down? You comfortable? Okay. So he's just infuriating to me because it's like Maurice thinks that this shit is a joke.
Yeah.
And it's not funny. Like it wasn't funny when she was healthy and fully able-bodied. It's most certainly not funny now when she is undergoing, like life-altering medications.
Yeah.
Because like, who's to say that she don't have any complications after going through all of this chemo and whatnot? It's just frustrating. What I hope is that he watches this back, which I don't think that it's gonna make a difference because this has been going on since Maurice Jr. came to live with them.
What I really hope is that her son Jalen comes over there and straightens that kid out.
But I
I
mean,
think there's a space for that. I think there's a space for you not getting ready to run my mama into the ground. So you need to get your ass up and go do some stuff around this house because you are not, that's not your mama. That's my mama. And you're not getting ready to run her into the ground. I think there's a space for that.
Maybe that's what's missing. That's an angle. Didn't even think about that.
Listen.
I mean, what beef could be, but then I could see Maurice having a fit like, you're not his parent, you shouldn't be telling him what to do, this and you know what I'm saying, like that type of puff his chest out.
I mean, he could, but I think it's going to be a hard sell given the situation that Kimmi is in. And you're saying that, you know, she isn't enforcing the rules and you are looking to her to enforce the rules. So if she calls in her enforcer, then she still got it done.
Like, you can't be mad. You're not willing to do the work, so somebody else come in and do it for you. I mean,
Just saying.
If you watch this, Kimmi girl, and you try this effort, you give us a wink and a nod so we know that you saw us.
Something.
Because we are Team Kimmi over here.
We are. Another little quick note, and I know we talked about this in our previous episode, which I'll link above. The fact that the whole conversation about her libido, and he's like, well, I don't want you. It really just annoyed me because it's like, he's like, I don't want you to fake it. And it's just like, well, do you want some or not? Because I'm not always in the mood and I'm not ever in the mood these days. So it's like, what do you want? What do you want out of this situation? And I just feel like Maurice continues to be just dense when it comes to this and just not understanding the reality of the situation. He is one of those people, he is very committed to how he thinks things ought to be, and that's just not reality. The reality of the situation is X, and he is just committed to Y, and it's like that is never going to be the case. So you need to come over here closer to X.
Like everything, it's like the whole relationship revolves around him and him alone. And I feel like Dustin made mention to this with the recap with him and Carlos from yesterday. And he was just kind of saying, like, I don't think that Maurice is this, I'm paraphrasing, but I don't think that Maurice is this selfish, but the way he's coming across on TV is that everything is about him.
Yeah. I don't know that he's not this selfish, honestly. I mean, to be honest, because think about it, their entire relationship, he's been in school, he's been doing this, he wanted Kimmi to quit her nursing job so that she could come on board with him. Now she's helping to raise his son. And so it does very much seem like this relationship does in fact revolve around him. And that is his expectation, that it should revolve around him. And I'm not saying that he doesn't, I'm not saying he doesn't love Kimmi. I'm not saying that he doesn't want the best for Kimmi. I'm not saying any of those things because I don't believe that. But what I'm saying is I think that he is the center of the relationship very much.
But I also feel like that is also a function that they created together.
Yeah, for sure.
And in order for that to be different, Kimmi would have to like really like, no, this is not going to fly anymore.
Yeah.
Because these complaints that she's having as it relates to the rearing have been the same since season one.
since before, for sure.
So, and not even just with the rearing, even her complaining about how everything is about Maurice and what he wants to do, and he never takes into account what she has going on. So I want to say that was in the last season or the season before last, probably in all of them, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't change. So it's like, much as I want them to, you all right? Much as I want them to work out, I feel like eventually she's going to be tired of constantly having to like wrap her life around what it is he wants to do. And if you don't wake up and see that shit soon, because I'm like, you're in a prime position to see how you're operating in your marriage, because it's on TV. It ain't like everybody else.
And not only that, you've had a drastic, like you have an opportunity for a drastic shift in the relationship, and that Kimmi needs more than she's ever needed before. So now it's an opportunity to take a step back of like, oh, okay, she was doing all these things, instead of just being like, oh, okay, well, no, I'm not going to have my son help anymore around the house. Like, what? No,
that's not going to fly. This is how you lose your partner.
Like no, that does not fly. To be like in the middle of all of what she's going through, that you're not going to be enforcing the rules for your son. Oh, she needs to step back up. Like, no. And if it's not clear now, I don't know when it gets clear. That's my question.
Exactly.
Is when does it get clear?
Like I said, it's on television for 6 seasons at this point, 6 years. Yeah. You don't see you. Like, how does he not watch the show? Like, I don't understand what is happening, because it just seems like it's getting worse. And it's like he thinks the shit is funny, and that is so disrespectful, especially with the situation that they are currently in, with her fighting a life-threatening illness.
Yeah.
So
So anyways, I hope that they figure it out. I hope that Kimmi comes out on the other side. And honestly, I'm reading this book. I thought it was about something else. I thought it was about business, but I have a thing where once I start a book, I try to finish it. And it's called, it has actually been very good. And it's very well written. It's called Drop the Ball. So it's like, basically the crux of it is like, women need to just let a lot, as far as the household is concerned anyway, like, even if they do it different or they don't do it up to your standard, let them do it. Like,
but I whatever. Like, even to Kimmi's point, it's just not getting done at all.
At all. And like, part of it is, and the book that I'm reading, part of it is like, if it doesn't get done, then just let it not get done until they realize like, oh, I was supposed to do something about that and I didn't do anything. And like, you have to hold people accountable. So like, if the kid doesn't do the thing, then at some point Maurice is going to come home and be like, well, why is the thing not done? And it's like, well, because the kid hadn't done it.
He didn't do it.
And that was his job. And so since that was his job and it never got done, it just never got done, because that's his job, not mine.
Pretty much. And you're not reinforcing it. So you're part of the problem.
So anyways, not saying that this is about Kimmi, but I'm just tying in the book that I'm reading. But anyways.
For sure.
All that to say, if you're watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, you're observing any new dynamics,
let us know, child.
Let us know. Drop down in the comments, because I feel this season has been illuminating. So drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.